It's incredibly important to tie your rope halter correctly so you can get it undone. When you tie it properly, you can always get it undone, no matter how hard they pull on it. I've had really strong horses pull back on one of these rope halters, and I was still able to get it undone. This is how it should look when it is tied properly. You don't want to tie above like that. That's incorrect. You don't want to tie this way, because see where the tail goes? The tail goes way up here. See how the tail goes here? It'll flap him in the eye. See how he doesn't like that? Although Will doesn't really care. Also make sure when you're coming down into your loop here, you're coming into the back side of it and not the front side. If I come into the front side here, see how it's already setting me up for failure. He's going to etch it a fly. I didn't put fly spray on. Because see, if I try to do this, it kind of still works, but then it's twisting this, and that's going to tighten harder instead of you coming through the back side of the loop. You could also tie it this way, but this is incorrect as well. The last thing that you want to do, let me get this fixed here so it's coming down through. Did I mess up? Yeah, this is how it is. Okay. Coming down through the backside. Make sure we're still in frame here. The last thing you want to do is tie it up here above this loop. You will not get that untied. You're going to have to cut that off of your horse. That's why you really should keep a knife with you just in case you have to cut something if the horse gets themselves in trouble. You're going to have to cut that halter off. Even if you do some just regular general training, you might have to cut it off. Let alone if the horse gets its foot stuck in the halter or something. Bad news. So that is, people incorrectly tying their rope halters is why we have these releases. These quick release things, the releases that break, people tying it with baling twine. Just learn how to tie your halter properly and you won't have that problem. So how you want to do it? Through the back of the loop. Make sure it's up here where your bridle would go. Through the back loop, around the back of the loop here, like that, and then back through this hole right here. And you can see it's tied around this loop part instead of the tail part, all right? Extremely important. If you don't get this correctly, you might have to cut your halter off your horse and get yourself into a bad day.